Dulce Ambicion, stay wilding. So Fabiana is shook that Gardel freaking knows her secret. And he read her for filth. He was like, girl, you trash, and you better give me all that money or I'm gonna spill the tea. Bum ass Regis goes and asks Mary Peace for money to start a business, and Marcia's like, girl, you literally cannot afford this. Elsewhere, old lady Gladys and Lyra's moved to the hood now that Agno left them in the dust. The ghetto. And then Agno's like, Fabiana, you know that money I fake lent you? Well, you're gonna have to give that back. And she was like, yeah. And her ass ran to Don Antero to be like, so how do I keep all this money? How does Don Antero keep helping all these villanos? Elsewhere, Hilda lying ass continues her lying, and Sylvia is not having any of it. Sylvia's like, bitch, do not include me in your lies, because I'm not here for that. And we reveal something. Hilda might actually be sick. That's karma for her lying about her health. Elsewhere, Teo and Rocky meet again for a photo shoot, and Teo drops a gem. He tells him that Josiana been hanging out with Regis. Rocky put two and two together. And then Jose Elio flirts with Patrice at the gym. Oh my god. Mano Santa meets Rocky at the gym. And they actually hit it off well. Mano Santa tells him how he's poor and can't hit it off. And then Agno freaking drops some money. I cannot stand him. He's a predator, y'all. He be using his money for these. And Rocky gave him the biggest side eye. He was like, bitch, I know. Back at the factory, Brittany as Abel out on a date. They're so cute. And Amadeo show up to Mary Peace and he's like, girl, your man's a bum. You cannot be freaking supporting a bum. He spilled the tea that Regis got some money, so he shouldn't even be asking for any money for his business. Who? At least Mary Peace goes and confronts him about it. And I was shook because Regis actually opened up and told Mary Peace that he has a gambling problem. Is he actually being honest or is he just trying to play her? Elsewhere, Gardel says bye to Ellen and we know where this is going. Gardel meets Josiana in public as they agree, but they're not the only one. Fabiana also show up and she sees Josiana and she catches him arguing and she's like, wait a minute, something weird going on. And this bitch really pulled out her phone and started recording. Listen, I hate Fabiana Zavalana, but I've always said it. She's so smart. She knows how to play the game well. Gardel keeps switching to Josiana and he's like, you're gonna owe me money forever. She gets increasingly pissed. Like, Gardel, do not poke the bear. Just then in a fit of rage, Josiana pushes Gardel in front of a truck and he dies. His ass is gone. Gardel, see, this is what you get for being ambitious. You should have just done the right thing, but his ambition cost him his life. But Fabiana got some good footage, and she just got her ticket to some more money from Josiana. And we end the episode with Josiana looking like she don't care. Girl, you about to have way more problems now here. Just always something crazy going on. So Josiana walks away with the money after killing Gardel. And Fabiana recorded the whole thing. Girl just landed a whole bunch of money on her pocket. She got to catch. Elsewhere, Regis finally comes clean about his gambling addiction to Mary Peace. And honestly, it kind of sounds like he's being real. Like he's just talking about how he felt like the biggest failure and how he disappoints everybody. And Mary Peace ate it all up. But I can't blame her because I kind of believe him too. Josiana gets back home, and Grandma Evelina noticed that she was extra sus. Elsewhere in the kitchen, Ellen just chilling and watching TV, and then news comes on about Gardel's death. And then we can see Camilo right here holding the plot shoe. Is he about to go Law and Order again? Camilo over at the office trying to figure out who Gardel is and why they... And it turns out that he had a boo. Like, Gardel be hiding him well. Back at the house, Ellen's having a meltdown. Poor girl is feeling like she knows her. And Camilo shows up to the mansion to deliver the bad news. And then he starts playing the game of Among Us. So Camilo asks everybody where they were, and they all have an alibi except for Josiana, who's giving us some crazy, wild story about how she got home, and it's this. Like, she extra sus, and Camilo knows. Elsewhere, Vivi finally goes and confronts her daddy about what happened with Cosme, and she finally tells him, like, yo, it was Cosme who was trying to kill me, and it's all your fault. And she's like, yo, you have to drop all your baby mamas, inside chicks, and all of that, otherwise there's gonna be consequences. And he actually did it. He actually tried to be a family man. And this is Fabiana's lucky day, because the tea just keeps coming to her. Like, how does she keep getting so lucky? And my girl was really listening here behind the door. Psycho-ass Josiana really is enjoying a bubble bath after she killed somebody. Like, she's beyond it now. But Grandma Evelina is on her ass. She was like, girl, I know you lying. You lied to the police. What are you hiding? Because you ain't fooling me, hunting. And Josiana really gonna play dumb. She was like, but Grandma, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, girl, you know damn well. And Grandmama Evelina read her for filth. She was like, you trash, and I know you wild. And she was like, listen, your grandpappy a killer, your uncle's killers. I know a killer and a liar when I see one, and you both. So watch your ass around me. Grandma Evelina did not come to play. Elsewhere, Gardel's boo gets arrested for lying to the police about his whereabouts at night. Like, oh, these villanos always winning. Regis is all giddy about his new business, and he actually kind of ignores Josiana. And Josiana was about to tell him about what she did to Gardel, and she was like, no, it's better that I don't tell him. Which tells me that they're losing trust in each other. They're gonna break. He's gonna change. So Mary Peace once again buys a business for Regis, and she's like, oh my god, I'm going broke for the millionth freaking time. Then at the end of the episode, Regis delivers a heartfelt message to Mary Peace. He was like, you know what? Nobody has believed in me until now. And he straight up tells her that he loves her. And honestly, I really believe it. Like, I think he is really falling for her. Yo, this is about to... So this episode is all about the blood feud. We start with Regis, bum ass, actually working. And he actually looks happy. What is this mess? But then Josiana and Mopsel want to come in and ruin it, talking about, I want the factory. Like, girl, you way too much. And Regis was having none of it. He was actually disgusted. And he was like, girl, like, you doing way too much and you need to stop. Josiana, continuing on to her plan, goes to the factory. And Tonio's like, girl, you have bad energy. We all know you trash. Elsewhere, Fabiana having a meeting with Agno and Octavio, and the tea just keeps falling on her. For Sabrina shows up and she makes a scene. Literally, Fabiana has Agno, she has Vivi, she has Josiane, and now she has Octavio in her pocket. She got all these people. Your girl cashing in. Anyway, Sabrina's like, you can't get rid of me that easy, and Octavio's like, damn it, I'm really going to pay her for it. Elsewhere, Chicle comes back and Vivi and him are reunited. We don't care. Josiana goes and visits Amadeo and she's acting all weird, and then he lectures her and Rael about how they're cousins. And then Amadeo, dumbass, is like, y'all are family, y'all should be making up. Like, Amadeo, you dumbass, Rael should be in jail for what he did to Mary P. And Amadeo, not realizing the unholy union he just created, just put Josiane and this idiot together. They about to be up to no good. Meanwhile, Kim hosts a wild freaking party for Marcia. And she's like, surprise, we're getting married. And Marcia was having none of it. He ran right to Sylvia. And honestly, Sylvia, like, I'm disappointed in you, girl. Like, Kim and Marcia playing this dumbass game, but you entertaining all of it just makes me not respect you, girl. And Marcia's like, I'm leaving with Sylvia. Kim, your girl legit knocked him out with the whole cake. Yo, we was wild. Also, Mary Peace and Regis are just chilling at home, like, enjoying their wine. And Josiana show up all pissed off. She starts complaining to Regis about how she wants to, like, do the factory plan, and he's never there for her. And Regis looks so fed up. Teo shows up screaming like a crazy person, and Grandma Evelina pulls out the plot gun. But it gets cleared up real quick, and then Josiana is like, I'm breaking up with you. And then Regis was like, what was that about? Like, why is there a plot gun? Like, Mary Peace, you really ain't tell your husband about this? The next day, Rael is going about how he isn't sorry for wanting to kill Mary Peace, and that how the Mateo freaking still need their revenge and all this nonsense, and about how Josiana is a Mateo. And then Amadeo put him in his place, and he was like, we're gonna have a truce, because this stupid blood feud can't continue. He immediately meets with Mary Peace, and he's like, you gotta round up all your Ramirez's family, because we about to call this truce. And Mary Peace is like, y'all, you remember what happened last time? You kind of got shot. So then Mary Peace calls up Chicle, and they meet up, and Chicle doesn't even apologize. Screw him. He's like, oh, I love this woman, blah, blah. Like, dude, you were trying to kill her 2 days ago. Like, have several seats. But anyway, he's like, yeah, I'll run up the gang. But not before warning Mary Peace about Josiane. He's like, your girl is trash, and she's trouble. And she's like, no, you're not going to slander my daughter. Like, Mary Peace, literally, everybody has warned you about your wicked daughter, girl. Wake up. And then Chicle call Adan, talking about, you gotta get here for this truce thing because Mary Peace, she's in danger. Adan shows up at Mary Peace's mansion and he's just shocked at the grandiosity and the opulence of it. And he meets Josiana and he is not liking her immediately. And honestly, Adan was dropping facts left and right. He was like, girl, you ain't Mateo. You look just like them. You rude just like them. Like, girl, you don't have to be fake around. Like, I never liked this ass, but he was dropping facts straight up, left and right. He knew that Josiana was trash and he called her right out. And later he told Grandmama Evelina, he was like, listen, that girl's no good and she's gonna turn on Mary P, so you better watch her ass. Like, Adan, where did you come from? And Grandmama Evelina, who called Josiana a liar 2 days ago, was like, Mary Peace and Josiane turn on each other? That'll never happen. Like, girl, you were calling her a liar. You accused her of killing Gardel 2 days ago. Like, where did your brain go? Anyway, she secretly hands Adan the plot gun. And Adan's like, ain't no truce gonna happen, not on my watch. They be wilding with this blood feud. Girl, there's a saying in Spanish, Dios los hace y ellos se juntan, and that's exactly what's happening this episode. So we start with Josiane coming to bother Regis again. Regis is literally just chilling and enjoying working, which is odd to say, but he's enjoying working, and she's gonna bother him. She's like, we gotta keep going with the scam plan. I'm trying to get that cake factory. Like, girl, you're not even gonna work the factory anyway, so like, why would you have this stupid plan? It's your only source of money, you dummy. And Regis literally went to bat for Mary Peace, and he was like, listen, she doesn't deserve this. Like, you need to stop. Like, you're already doing too much. And I was shook. I'm like, this is Regis? Where did Regis go? Because this ain't him anymore. He really changed. Elsewhere, Agno and Cassia are having lunch, and Agno was eating up the waiter with his... And Cassia was like, Dad, you extra sus. Like, you need to contain the thirst. Like, Cassia, this is the man you was rooting for 2 days ago? Martial update, Kim put him in a coma. Yeah. Looks like Josiana isn't the only one interested in the cake factory, because Fabiana Snake Ass requested a tour of the factory. Like, you're up to no good and I don't like you there. And then she's gonna go in and start problems with Brittany. Like, girl, I know you're not trying to come for my girl like that. I'm gonna throw a cake at this. And Mary P's dumbass is like, every time I see you, I feel something. And then she goes and has an Instagram filter flashback. Like, girl, how y'all not remember? Later at Mary P's house, Adan's like, listen, I met your daughter and she kind of trash. Like, I'm not gonna lie, she doesn't like. Mary Peace is always is like, don't talk crap about my daughter. Like, I will not hear this slander. But Mary Peace, everyone's warning you that she's a snake. And Adan's like, all right, B, like, do whatever you want, but I just want to tell you, that girl's gonna stab you in the back one day. Like, everybody warned her. Later at the factory, the Mateos and Ramirez meet for this blood feud nonsense, and they're about to make this pact, and we know it's not gonna go right. Amadeo agrees to the pact, and Rael reluctantly agrees to the pact, and then Adan pulls out the plot gun, and he's like, this is my time to shine, it's my time to get rid of all the Mateos. Mary Peace intervenes, and she's like, do not shoot Amadeo, like, we're trying to make a truce. But girl, last time this happened, literally the same thing happened. And Grandmama Evelina, on point as always, was like, you really still love this man, don't you? Like, she catching all the tea and such a... Things get tense. Mary Peace like, all right, shoot. And Adan ends up having a plot heart attack and dies. What is this, man? Still reunited at back in Mary P's house, and they're like, "Yep, Adon's definitely dead." Like, I don't know how this. And Mano Santa's like, "Yeah, like he's kind of been having health issues for a while, but I ignored it because he said he wasn't my dad anymore, so I DGA." Chicle and Rael have a tense moment, and I am here for the eventual Chicle versus Rael scene. Amadeo, Dumbass, and Rael leave, and they run to Josiana. And Rael's like, "You look just like our grandma." And Amadeo's like, "Yeah, you kind of do." And he's like, "Whatever you need, cousin, whatever you need." So Chicle decides to marry Adana, and Bibi joins him in Espiritu Santo, and she's back home. Bibi's like, I feel like I know everything here. And she correctly guesses where the sugar's gonna be, which freaks Chicle out. He was like, "There's no way you should have known that." And then later, Bibi has a PTSD nightmare to what happened when they were on the run from the Mateos. Like, I forgot that she went through so much trauma, which makes sense why she kind of forgot everything. Back at the factory, Josiana is up to no good, and she's trying to get a tour of the factory. I know she's about to do something bad. She goes and bothers Regis again, and Regis is like, "Girl, like, I'm trying to work and you're annoying." And for the first time, Regis actually stands up to Josiana, and he's like, "You know what? Your mom doesn't deserve a daughter like you." Like, holy crap, Regis is really, really changing. And Josiana's like, "Fine, I'll do everything myself." Like, yo, these two are about to turn on each other. It's gonna happen. And this unholy witch goes and meets Rael for lunch, talking about, "Oh, I just wanted to talk." Rael gets to the point, and he's like, "Girl, you don't have to be fake with me. I know you up to no good, so tell me, what is it you want? Like, you are Mateos, so like, let's do some evil stuff. I can't stand." She was like, "Fine, I need you to do some dirty work and do something against Mary Peace." This unholy union. Later at night, Josiana sneaks out and gives Rael the keys to the factory. But as usual, Grandmama Evelina catches. And she's like, "Girl, where you been, huh? Because you always sneaking out. You fooling me." Rael's sneaking about the cake factory up to no good. And he starts pouring gasoline over everything. This mofo trying to burn the factory. And the cakes start burning. Not the cakes, y'all. Save the cake. And we end with the Volanos winning as usual as Rael gloats as he sees a factory light on fire. These Volanos get away with everything. I'm so tired of it. They better start getting these punishments. This mofo better catch a punishment.